Hi Gemini, this is going to be your ex-partner reading and your single reading for April 2018. As you know from the message I left, I'm going to combine these two readings. We're starting this reflexology course and also working full-time. I haven't got so much time on the weekends to be able to upload the 4 different types of readings that I did last month. So the only one really that is going to be dropped is the work life one. So you will still get the ex, the single and the general spreads. Now I've just done this reading for Aries and Taurus, and it was quite surprising really. Although we were talking about ex-partner and also singles, we did have quite a few repeating cards on both sides, and you know, the messages, certainly for Aries, kind of blended into one another. How it's going to be for the rest of you, I don't know. But thank you so much for all your positive comments in regards to me starting this reflexology course. That's much appreciated. And I'm doing it a little bit different as well, because I have had people ask if I could shuffle on camera, and there's 2 reasons why I don't. One, because it does obviously take longer time, and the minute you hit over 20 minutes on the recording with YouTube, it takes forever to upload a video. As I said, I've already done the Aries and Taurus reading, and you know, ordinarily by now when I'm hitting Gemini and Cancer's spreads, the Aries reading certainly would have already been uploaded, but that is still processing. So these, you know, combining these 2 readings, I am going over that 20-minute time bracket. So it is, you know, definitely taking longer to upload. The other aspect as well with shuffling on camera is the way I have my camera positioned. I just haven't got that arm space to be able to shuffle. So I need really to invest in a tripod. So what I've decided to do with these readings is to leave the cards face down, okay? And to turn each card over as we go through it. Because ordinarily when I have the cards face up to start the reading, I can already see the outcome cards. So before I start the recording, I then make the decision as to whether I wish to clarify further. Because I'm keeping the cards face down on this particular spread, I'm not going to be clarifying further at the end, because like I said, I just don't have the arm space to do it where the camera's positioned. And I don't want to be pausing and messing about further. So, but with the general readings, I'm going to have the cards facing the other way, and I will clarify on those. So over here we've got the ex-partner, and over here we've got the single spread. Ex-partner is the same. This is you, this is your ex-partner, but sometimes it can go vice versa. Over here, this is the singles, as I said. These 3 cards are going to be you, Gemini, and these 3 cards are going to be actions or energies that may be coming towards you. I've also pulled both of these a romance oracle card as well, okay? So starting with the ex-partner, for you Gemini, you have the 5 of Wands. Now the 5 of Wands does talk about conflict, but it's nothing too major. It's normally that type of banter rather than the real big arguments, you know, or explosive arguments. Sometimes with the 5 of Wands as well, it can talk about how there may be other people that are interested in you, but maybe you're kind of fighting them off because the only person you're interested in is your ex-partner. But also the Five of Wands could talk about that when you were both together, there was maybe this kind of competitiveness between you both. Or maybe there was this type of feeling where neither of you really listened to each other. You were both just trying to get your point of view across, that neither of you took that time to try to listen to what the other one was saying. Now, the card they have is the Four of Wands. Now, the Four of Wands can often be a celebration type of card, because what the Four of Wands can talk about, it can talk about living with somebody, moving in together. It can be the card of engagement or marriage, you know, having one of those occasions to celebrate. But the Four of Wands also can be a card where you feel very much at home with somebody, you know. You kind of feel this sense of peace and security with them. So this may be suggesting how your ex-partner, you know, ultimately does feel, you know, while they were with you and when they are with you. But as I said, the messages can go vice versa. It may be how you're feeling about your ex-partner. In terms of what you're thinking and feeling, we do have the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords is difficult energy. It does deal with intense pain here. It deals with feeling maybe very let down by your ex-partner, or feeling as though they stabbed you in the back. The Ten of Swords can be real harsh words that have been spoken either to you or about you. And it causes that intense pain. The only good thing with the Ten of Swords is that the worst is over, okay? You know, it can't get much worse than that. And being a 10, we're coming to the end of that cycle. But that Five of Wands up there, as I said, it may be more to do, not so much to do with other people interested in you, but it may, as I said, be touching on this slight competitiveness or not listening to each other when you were together, and maybe there was some real harsh communication that has been spoken, you know, between you both when you were together. Or maybe your ex-partner has said some not so nice things about you since you've been apart. But it could also be here to highlight that maybe those harsh words, you've spoken them about your ex-partner. The card they have is the Sun. Now, the Sun is the most positive card in the tarot. It talks about feeling energized, rejuvenated. Also with the Sun, we can see things more clearly, you know. The Sun sheds light on things. What's interesting here for me is that on your side, we have two cards really that are not in any way positive. But on their side, we have these two cards that really... sorry, I'm losing my voice. That really do talk about positive energy here. Coming down to the outcome, you have the Moon. Now, the Moon deals with our anxieties and our fears. You know, where the Sun sheds light on things, with the Moon, things are not so illuminated. We can't see the path ahead clearly. It can talk about deception, things that are hidden from us. As I said, all three of your cards are very, very much more bordering on that negative energy. Now, the card they have the Queen of Pentacles. It could be here to suggest that your ex-partner for some of you was an earth sign, a Taurus, a Capricorn, a Virgo. But the Queen of Pentacles as well is very kind, very loving and very nurturing. And she's also somebody that is very good when it comes to business, you know, very good with business and finances. You know, could it be here to suggest that your ex-partner is very much focusing more on their work and their finances? And, you know, that the light that's been shed here for them is that that's something they need to focus on rather than trying to reconcile a relationship with you. The Moon card being there for you, you know, as I said, it is talking about fears here. Are you fearful in some way, Gemini, that if you re-enter this relationship, you know, you're going to end up back in this situation here with this Ten of Swords? Because for me, the Five of Wands is talking about this competitiveness here, this situation where neither of you really listen to each other. You know, the Four of Wands being up here, maybe that's how your ex-partner is feeling now. Now that, you know, sorry to say this, but now the relationship, it has come to an end, that maybe they are feeling more secure and stable and at peace with themselves. And, you know, and the light being shed on that is that for them to feel that sense of peace and stability is for them to be on their own, you know, and for them to focus more on their work and their finances. Your Romance Oracle card says, free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. Well, if it's you that's gone through this Ten of Swords pain, and it's you that's feeling this sense of fear and anxiety with the Moon card, then this definitely makes sense here. This time to take back control, get your life back in control. Because if their three cards are talking about how they're feeling since the breakup, then, you know, they've kind of moved on from this situation. But maybe for you, you're still very much in this. You're still maybe feeling the hurt and the pain from this breakup and what took place to cause the breakup. And it may be that it's now time for you to free yourself from that situation. Moving on now to the singles, okay? This row here is for you, Gemini, and these three cards are going to be the energies that may very well be coming through to you. Now, the first card you have is the Five of Cups. And the Five of Cups, we know, talks about focusing on something that's been lost. Something that you had an emotional connection to. There's still two cups standing that could be suggestive of that if you would only stop looking back at the past and stop focusing on what's been lost, you could see that there could be a potential new relationship for you. But some of you are still focusing on what's been lost, and what I've found with the Aries and the Taurus reading, by doing these two spreads together, that, as I said, I've either had repeating cards or I've had similar messages from both sides. And this Five of Cups for me could very much be talking about how I said you may be feeling in the ex-partner spread, how you're still very much in that moment of still feeling that the letdown, heartbreak, sadness. You know, the Moon card, as I said, could be suggestive of you not being able to move forward. Maybe the Moon card in the ex-partner spread also is about you not having complete clarity on why the breakup took place and what went wrong, you know, and maybe all of that mixture of things is keeping you still in this past situation here. But maybe now in April, it's time to let go of that and start to focus on the future. Now, the card on this side is the Three of Pentacles. And the Three of Pentacles can be suggestive of a relationship where, you know, both of you are on the same page. Both of you are working together, okay? Working together to build a relationship up from the foundations. And it may be for some of you that there is somebody around you that is interested in you, that maybe wants to you know, date you and have this possibility of a relationship with you. But maybe you're blocking it because you're still too focused on what you've lost. The next card for you is the Strength card. And the Strength card is about that internal strength. And knowing that you are strong enough here to be able to get through this. And tapping in to that internal strength to be able to stop focusing here on any sadness or pain. You know, sometimes as well with the Five of Cups, it can be a card of regret. It can be a card of maybe feeling the need to make an apology to somebody. You know, as I said over here with this Ten of Swords, with the ex-partner spread, that maybe some of you brought that kind of sadness to your ex-partner, you know, because it can always go vice versa. But the Strength card is knowing that you have that internal strength to be able to overcome whatever it is that you're still focusing on up there. Here we have the Seven of Pentacles. And the Seven of Pentacles is that energy of not giving up, okay? It's the energy that, you know, you've come so far. And if you keep pushing forward, you know, and have that strength there to keep pushing forward, you can get the desired results. The Seven of Pentacles is that energy of thinking, you know, am I going to get the payoff for all the hard work and effort that I've put into something here? Moving down here, we have the Hangman. And the Hangman is the card of taking no action. The Hangman is about needing to gain some fresh insight on something. And the Hangman can very much be about needing to change your perspective on something. As I said, change what it is that you're focusing on here. Because up here, it shows that you're still focusing on the past. You're focusing on what has been lost, and what's been lost is done. You know, it's over. You've got to start focusing on these two cups that are standing behind you here. But you're going to need to change your perspective and the way you're viewing everything. You know, this Seven of Pentacles may be this energy for you that, you know, in the past you've put hard work and effort into your relationships, and, you know, somehow they haven't worked out, or you've been let down, you've been hurt. And you may be at that stage where you kind of feeling as though you want to give up, as though, you know, I'm never going to meet that person that's going to give to me what I give to them. And I just feel it's your perspective that needs to change here. The way you're seeing something. Don't let a previous breakup put you off getting involved in a new relationship. And I know that's easier said than done, because when you've been through a breakup, it can make you feel anxious and fearful about opening yourself up to somebody new again. Because when you open yourself up to someone new, you're opening yourself up to potentially being let down again. But because you've been let down in the past doesn't mean you're going to be let down again in the future. And then over here we have the Fool card. And I like the Fool card because the Fool card is about taking that leap of faith. You know, the Fool doesn't really know what he's going to find on his journey, but he's prepared to give it a go. He's prepared to take that leap of faith and see where it's going to lead him. Like I said, change the way you are perceiving something. Gain a fresh perspective here and take that chance. Your Romance Oracle card is This Could Be the One. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. Now this card has come out for Aries and Taurus, and it's now come out for you, okay? Aries also got it on their single side. Taurus got it over here with the ex-partner. Could this card be suggestive that for you single Geminis, there is the opportunity of a reconciliation here with your ex-partner? And because of this energy here of the Ten of Swords, you may very well be fearing a reconciliation. You know, sometimes with the Hangman, it's about you needing to gain a fresh perspective in the sense that maybe you were responsible for the breakup, that maybe you played a bigger part in that breakup, and this sense of regret and remorse is because you know that you were the one that may have caused the breakup, if we're looking at these two readings coinciding with each other. This card could simply mean that you've already met somebody and you're just friends with them at the moment. And if you give the relationship a go and you stop focusing on your past and start focusing on the two cups behind you and open your eyes and see that there is somebody around you that you may just be looking at as a friend at the moment, but potentially they could offer you the relationship that you're really seeking. And it may mean that you've got to take a leap of faith. Sometimes it can be somebody that you're very good friends with and that you're worried that if you get into a relationship with them, then it could destroy the friendship if things don't work out. But be it, Gemini, for some of you, a return of your ex-partner, or be it for some of you, a new relationship here, if you change your perspective on things and maybe take that leap of faith, then it could result in this relationship up here where both of you are working towards the same common goal. Both of you are working on building a relationship up from its foundations. Teamwork, both working together and not against each other, like the energy of that Five of Wands. Okay, well, I hope you liked this reading, okay? If you do, give it the thumbs up. If you don't, give it the thumbs down. That's absolutely fine. If you'd like to leave a comment, that would be great. As you know, I always try to reply to you, or certainly put a like or a little heart on your comment, because I really appreciate you all taking the time out of your busy schedules to write me a comment. So thank you for that. And as I said, I hope you like the way I've done this. Thank you. Take care. Bye.